Every year, over 350 million tons of plastic are produced globally, with only 9% of it ever being recycled. We waste nearly $9 billion worth of plastic annually, letting it harm our planet when it could be used for something valuable. What's more, since the onset of the pandemic, the demand for single-use plastic products has grown by nearly 30%.
But aren't we supposed to have a solution to this? Isn't plastic recycling supposed to control and eliminate plastic waste? So then why is plastic that can and should be recycled piling up in our landfills and polluting our oceans?
At Enactus UOTTAWA, we see problems like this as opportunities to use business principles and entrepreneurial leadership to create sustainable, positive impact. Today, we'll show you how we're taking control of the plastic waste crisis with Poly, an innovative social enterprise that allows anyone, anywhere, to take control of their community's plastic waste.
In 2017, our team wanted to tackle the plastic waste crisis, but we didn't know where to start. To better understand the problem, we spoke to community leaders, environmentalists, and experts on waste management, and learned all about the gaps in plastic recycling across Canada. And it turns out there's a lot. In cities with recycling programs, plastic is often discarded from the recycling process because of something as small as a bit of food at the bottom of a container. Other cities don't offer recycling for businesses at all. What's more, many communities around the world are too small or too remote to sustain any recycling system on their own. Knowing this, we wanted to create a solution that made recycling more accessible and adaptable to meet the needs of every community. Something that was environmentally impactful, but also economically viable to ensure long-term sustainability. To do this, we took the exact technology used in massive recycling plants and scaled it down to fit into a garage, a workshop, or a community center. We spent 2 years researching, testing, and refining our machines, working with industry experts to develop our own small-scale recycling systems. Last year, after 3 product iterations and plenty of mistakes, we finalized our machines. And this year, we grew our impact at home and continued scaling across the country. Our systems consist of a shredder machine that shreds down plastic into small pieces, and an injection molder that takes those pieces, melts them down, and shapes them into new products using interchangeable molds. Our machines are small enough to be accessible, but large enough to make an impact. Each one of our systems can divert up to 1.5 million water bottles worth of plastic waste annually, all while using 99% less oil, 83% less CO2, and 97% less water than if that same plastic had been made traditionally. Poly systems can recycle 5 out of the 7 common types of plastic. That's PET, HDPE, LDPE, polypropylene, and polystyrene.
Here's how it works. Poly systems are purchased, owned, and operated by local entrepreneurs, community organizations, or educational institutions. We work with our operators to build a social enterprise around their system, empowering them to create a profitable business that impacts both their community and the planet. We help them identify sources of plastic waste to collect, develop products that are relevant to their community, and design job opportunities, helping them build partnerships to make their poly systems successful. Operators can make nearly any products they can think of, from tiles to phone cases to tabletops. To make sure poly itself is sustainable, we developed 3 revenue streams. The first is earned upon the sale of each system, which is sold for $25,000 at 25% margins. We then charge a consulting fee for training and on-site installation. Finally, as part of our ongoing support package, we offer a mold production service that operators can tap into to create new products. Operators can earn an average of $16,000 of profit per year by operating our systems, meaning they can see return on investments in as little as 18 months. And for those operators that can't afford their systems out of pocket, we work alongside them to secure funding through loans, grants, or leasing to get their operations off the ground. We knew that to be able to sell our systems to others across Canada and beyond, we needed to become experts in running them ourselves. So in late 2018, we launched our first poly system in Ottawa. To source plastic for our workshop, we built corporate partnerships with companies like Lush Cosmetics and Old Navy, who throw away every plastic hanger that comes into their store after only using it once. We also partnered with Lanark community programs to create green jobs for individuals with a disability. This year, we provided meaningful employment to 9 individuals who clean and prepare this plastic for recycling in our workshop. Now, we're proud to say that we've started scaling, bringing our state-of-the-art recycling systems to communities across North America. Last year, our second poly system was delivered to Luke in St. John, New Brunswick. Luke wanted to use his system to start his own backsplash tiling business, diverting harmful plastic waste into new tiles, providing a lightweight, customizable, and affordable option for homeowners in St. John. Only 3 weeks after receiving his system, the world shut down. With province-wide health regulations limiting Luke's production abilities, he decided to pivot to make a positive impact in new ways. So, this year, he's been giving workshops to his community on sustainable entrepreneurship using his system as an example.
Plastic's a problem, especially here in St. John, and there's going to be a massive industry that comes up around this. There's going to be a need for people to operate machines like this to make products. There has been a lot of interest in the local community. The more people that see them, the more excitement there is. Just seeing products and then telling them about, that's 100% recycled plastic. People go crazy. I've been asked to speak quite a few times, way more than I ever expected to. I have 3 different presentations booked like 6 months in advance right now. It's phenomenal.
Like many hardware companies, in 2020, we experienced significant slowdowns in production due to COVID-19. Despite this year we sold our 3rd poly system, which is ready to be delivered to Malone Middle School in New York. When Jennifer, a teacher from Malone, reached out to us, the partnership seemed perfect. In 2019, Malone stopped accepting plastic for recycling, meaning that all of their waste ends up in the landfill. But soon, the staff and students at Malone will be using their poly system to divert this plastic waste and turn it into essential classroom items and art supplies. In the next few weeks, the students at Malone will be receiving their poly system, bringing plastic recycling back to their county. Over 500 youth at the school will soon be actively engaged in climate leadership through their customized education program. These students will be setting up their own plastic collection program for their community, creating their own micro-businesses, and actively applying the elements of sustainability.
On top of selling our 3rd system, this year we developed and tested new product molds, experimented with new machine designs, and found new ways to create impact with our systems. We conducted virtual workshop tours and spoke with countless individuals interested in using a poly system to learn more about their needs. Through this feedback process, we discovered that many operators were looking to transform their plastic waste into material that could be sold for large-scale manufacturing. So we listened and began experimenting to develop a new 3rd poly machine. We worked with a scientific development firm to secure a prototype extrusion machine, which takes shredded plastic, melts it down, and turns it into uniform plastic pellets, the industry standard in large-scale injection molding. While we're in the early stages of development, we expect to have our poly extruder ready by next year. This innovative addition will open up our business to a new array of operators, helping us scale our impact even more.
Since the start of the pandemic, the demand for plastics in Canada increased by nearly 30%. With entire families stuck at home, using more plastic than ever, our team knew we needed an innovative way to create sustainable, positive impact. So we decided to help build the climate leaders of tomorrow through the power of education. This year, we adapted our sustainability education program to run fully virtually. We developed 4 education modules to teach youth about climate change, the harms of plastic, the importance of living sustainably, and how to engage in social enterprise. We delivered these interactive virtual workshops to over 350 youth across North America, empowering them to adopt a sustainable lifestyle and decrease their CO2 and plastic output.
This year, through Poly, we've diverted over 30,000 water bottles worth of plastic waste, saving over 1,800 pounds of CO2, 600 pounds of oil, and over 50,000 liters of water. And we're just getting started. We're empowering communities across Canada and beyond to run systems of their own and take control of their community's plastic waste. Based on our current sales pipeline, we expect to have 7 systems operational by the end of next year.
This summer, our 4th system will be deployed to AANJIANAANG First Nation, where the community will be using Poly to create an Indigenous-owned and operated recycling business. This fall, our 5th system is going to a high school in our hometown, where students will learn about science, technology, and sustainability through their Poly system, all while diverting their school's plastic waste. After that, our 6th system will be deployed to a Northern Environmental Education Centre in Ontario, where students and community members will be creating functional art pieces out of recycled plastic tiles. And finally, our 7th system will be deployed to a local startup in Ottawa, who will be using their system to launch a community engagement program based around plastic pollution. In total, our 7 systems will divert over 10 million water bottles worth of plastic annually, saving over 4,500 tons of CO2, over 200,000 pounds of oil, and over 20 million liters of water.
With Poly, we've developed a solution to tackle the plastic waste crisis in communities across Canada. But our team knew that we couldn't stop there. Every year, more than 8 million tons of plastic ends up in our oceans, with nearly 73% originating as textile waste. This year, our team saw an opportunity to launch a new, innovative business, turning this textile waste into consumer-ready products. So we launched Shine, a sustainable eyewear company that creates glasses out of ocean textile waste. First, we built a partnership with EcoNile, who harvests textile waste like fishing nets and transforms it into regenerated nylon pellets. Then, we worked closely with glasses manufacturing experts to design and produce our first line of glasses frames out of this regenerated nylon. Our frames are sold online for $70 at a 40% profit margin, with $5 from every purchase supporting healthier oceans. Our glasses are shipped in 100% recyclable packaging, with each pair diverting the equivalent of 18 water bottles worth of plastic waste from the ocean. This year, we raised over $50,000 in funding to launch our project. In only 5 months, we've already sold over 50 pairs of glasses, generated over $4,400 in sales revenue, and diverted over 10,000 water bottles worth of plastic waste. By this time next year, we expect to continue our growth and sell over 400 pairs of glasses, generating over $25,000 in sales revenue for our team.
But that's not all we've accomplished. This year, our team of over 100 members contributed over 7,000 volunteer hours and ran 6 projects that generated real, sustainable impact.
With Project Fly, we've provided educational resources to over 250 students.
We ran 2 editions of Legacy, Canada's largest student-run entrepreneurship conference, impacting over 900 people.
With Sprout, we provided access to fresh food to over 11,000 people in Ottawa food deserts.
And with Project Navy, we've paved the way to tackle the water crisis facing Indigenous communities across Canada.
This year, we saw a global issue that was destroying our planet and designed an innovative solution that empowers communities to turn plastic into possibility.
This is Polly, and we are Enactus, UOTTAWA.